Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to proceed with this evening's formalities. May I ask you to please show some encouragement to one of the best men and Master of Ceremonies, Martin.
You're too kind, thank you. So we're going to start off with the first speech. So I'm going to hand you all over to the father of the bride, Noel. So you can set that on the table or hold it, but...
Oh, well, hold on there. Hello, everybody. For those who don't know me, my name's Noel, and I'm the father of the bride. On behalf of Paula and Emmett, and Fiona and myself, would like to welcome you all to the Kelly Helvin to celebrate the wedding of Rachael and Emmett. Now, for those that have travelled far, the likes of Martin, who has come from Canada, Dee, who has come from Australia. I know. I actually read your speech before, haven't I? Jordan and Freya, who's come from Newcastle in England. And last but not least, Owen, our other daughter, and Daniel, who has come from London. And now our Owen is getting married in the next 3 weeks. So I would say that deserves a round of applause. Now, just a quick thank yous. I would like to thank the bridesmaids, Holly, Harriet, Susie, and Owen, and especially young Molly, the flower girl, and Thomas, wherever Thomas is. Would like to thank Thomas for taking the photographs. He's the unofficial photographer. Now, you'll see. Just bear with me. Right, I went round family and friends when I was writing this speech, and they all told me a few ideas. They gave me a few ideas, and it was to write everything down so you can add to it, or you can take away from it. Another one was be sentimental, but I think it will be sentimental during this speech. And the other one was keep it mature and no smutty jokes. And that's from Fiona. So I'm going to do it my way. So after writing this speech and rewriting this speech and editing it and re-editing it, I've got it down now till an hour and 17 minutes. So if you want to go and get a few drinks in. And I believe there's a bet on of whose speech lasts the most. Is that, what table is that from? Right. Now, I've just looked at our Rachel's face, and it's just dawned on her of what my dad's going to say at our wedding. Now, Fiona and I have been married for 35 years. And this is the first time I've had to stand up and talk in front of family and close friends for more than 30 seconds without being interrupted, disagreed with, or my sentence is finished. Janice. Right, we got to go back. We're going to take you back now to the 13th of May, 1991. But both Owen and myself were staying at my mother-in-law's house, Brenda Graham. Some of the Beatons might know Brenda Graham. It was 10 to 5 in the morning, and the phone rings, and the Lagan Valley nurse says, "Mr. Kennedy, your wife has been moved up to the delivery suite. Make your way down, take your time, and there's no hurry." I fell about the room, putting on my clothes, drove like a demented moron through red lights, arrived just in time to see Rachael being born. And I can remember looking down to this beautiful baby and saying to myself, "Your life has changed forever." It was like that Damien thing out of Fools and Horses. Now, Rachael was about 3 or 4, and we had bought her a big walking doll which Fiona christened the Hussy. Do you remember the Hussy? Do you remember the Hussy, Jane? And every day and every night, Rachel used to stand in front of the television and dance to the song on the video Dirty Dancing. I don't know whether you've ever seen or any has watched Dirty Dancing, but the song was I've Had the Time of My Life. And if you can remember when Patrick Swayze used to lift the dancer above his head, Rachel used to lift this big doll, which was twice her height up, and that was fun to watch too. We'll see. Bear with me. Right. Rachel was about 6 or 7 when she brought a hardback book home from school, and Fiona had asked her should they return it, and Fiona had asked her where the book was. Rachel didn't know. So now Fiona was like a demented moron, pulling the house apart. She couldn't find the book. And Rachel says to me, Dad, it's okay, because I just take one of my own books in. The teacher never looks and just signs it. And I looked at Rachel again and I said to myself, goodness me, this girl's been here before. But Rachel's interest grew and she played football, took lessons with her cousin Jordan at golf. There you are, Emmett. You can put that for the golf. And Jade Irwin actually nicknamed her Richard. Right. I've seen Rachel being sick. I've even seen Rachel wet herself. I've seen Rachel crawl around the room on her hands and knees. But that's enough from her 21st birthday party. We met Emmett at Gillian and David's wedding, where we were introduced to a well-mannered, fun-loving, courteous and family-orientated young man. And that may change when Dee and Martin do their speeches. I got a text from Emmett a few years ago and asked me, was I at home? He wanted to ask me something. In comes Emmett into the living room, sat down and starts to make small talk, and more small talk, and more small talk. And as Emmett is talking to me, I was thinking back to the day when I had to ask Fiona's dad died, and I was a nervous wreck. So I looked at Emmett, and he was still making small talk. And I says, Emmett, what is it you want to ask me? And he asked for Rachel's hand in marriage. And I thought that was lovely. And that's the mark of the man. Now the Beatons, and maybe some of our own close family and friends, probably don't know this, but Emmett and Rachel were going to have a church wedding. And when Emmett and Rachel went to see the minister said, you aren't really churchgoers. So you need to go away, come back to us in 3 weeks, show people your moral standings, and we'll talk it over. So Rachel and Emmett went away for 3 weeks, and they come back, and they seen the minister, and the minister said, well, how did you get on over the 3 weeks? And Emmett said, well, the first week was okay, and the second week was okay, but we struggled. And the third week, I caught Rachel bent over the freezer, lifting out meat, and the passion got to me. So, the minister said, you just can't come back here. And Emmett says, I can't go back to Tesco's either. How am I doing, Jade? Jade, how am I doing? No, but now, seriously, now, people say that if you're ever in these two's company, they're like an old married couple. But I would take that one step further and say that they're a very special couple to us and to Emmett and Paula. So I'd now like to make a toast and have your glasses filled and be upstanding. And the toast is simply to Rachael and Emmett. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We've been there to start, but sure, that's all right.
Jeez, that was some story. Good luck following that one. We're going to move on to the next speech, and that is going to be by the father of the groom, Big Emmett.
Well, I'm going to wing it here. There'd be no jokes with me. I'm just going to welcome Rachael into the family, and God help her, that's all I can say. Because we're a pile of lunatics. So we are. And as Noel said, thank everybody for coming and making this such a special day. And also for Brendy and Maureen for coming from London. I don't think Noel knew. So Brendy and Maureen, thank you very much as well. And I'd like to thank the staff and all the caterers here. The dinner was absolutely wonderful. I'm sure you agree. So big hand for the staff and thing. And all I can say is everybody have a laugh, get merry, and
enjoy.
Everybody can talk about everybody else for the next few weeks. And as I say, Emmett and Rachael, brilliant day and many more years to come. And that's all. I'd like to be upstanding again and just again to the bride and groom. Thank you very much.
He didn't give you much time there. Emmett thought he had about another 10 minutes to prepare there. He's having a bit of a panic attack. So we're going to move on to the next one, and this is a big one. This is the groom himself, Emmett.
Well, firstly, I'd like to say, on behalf of my wife and I, I'd like to welcome everybody to a special day. And thank you for everybody that's came today. I appreciate, as Noel and my dad was saying there, it's a long trip for everybody. And also want to thank everybody for the gifts they've given us. Everybody's been so generous. So thanks very much. I'll get to it as well. I would like now to also introduce or give out flowers to 4 very important people. First of all, yeah, stand up usually. Yeah. Marty is going to present flowers here to Janice. Janice, you're saying why there, but you don't realise how important you are to me and Rachael. I can't underestimate or say how brilliant you've been this. All the Sunday dinners you've given me too. Absolutely great. The other person I'd like Damien to present flowers to here is Rachel's Auntie Carol. Carl again, yourself and Graham, the whole family there have been so welcome to me, so nice. And you did a lot for us. Graham, the reading you did there at the wedding, I'm not an emotional fella, but you near had me. It's much appreciated, so we wanted to get you something. The other two people, I've got flowers for you here. You just get up there again there, sure. We'll start at the end of the table. She likes me to call her Mumsy now, for whatever reason. Fiona? And Marty, if you present flowers to that wonderful woman to your right there. Yeah. I'm going to talk about Noel and Fiona, just to start with. Again, I personally would like to begin by thanking the now official in-laws, I say, Mumsy and Dadsy. From day one of meeting yous, as you say, in Gillian's wedding, yous were so welcoming and made me feel at ease. To the family and the extended family, everybody here today, I'm blessed that I came into such a good family. My own, but yours as well. It was unbelievable the welcome you've given me, and you've continued to give me. From going up to the caravan on Sunday for Janice's Sunday dinners. I don't think Rachael cooks that much, so I've had more of Fiona's dinners and Janice's dinners than Rachel's herself. I'd just like to also say, I'm going to look after your daughter as best I can for the rest of my life. I'll do everything I can to make her happy. As long as you keep cutting our grass, no. Mum and Dad, what can I say? I'd be utterly lost without you. You've supported me throughout my life, always been there. You sacrificed your own time, your own money, from my shite sports career that didn't go anywhere to going to Australia, not going to Australia, and ending up with this beautiful woman. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I know I don't say it, but I love you dearly. And on behalf of my wife, I'd also like to thank you and all the family that's here today for making Rachael feel so welcome into the family. Mum, you've welcomed her so much, you take her side and everything now, and it's I'd also say, me and Rachael, I'd like to think we've been brought up pretty well, and I think that's a reflection on both sets of parents. And on that, I'd also like to mention our grandparents, who sadly aren't with us here today, be it through they're not here or they're sick. The Beaton side, Nanny Beaton, Papa Beaton, Grand O'Neill, Nanny Agnes O'Neill, the Kennedys, Eddie Kennedy and Agnes, or Nanny Agnes, and Brenda Graham and Ivan Graham. And basically, we were brought up so well, and I think from your grandparents to yourselves to us, we're doing very well. And if we hopefully have kids someday, we'll do as good a job as you've did with us. Now, I can also mention how stunning all the wee bridesmaids look today. I'd like to thank you all for the support, not just for the wedding, but as friends throughout the year. Holly and Susie, we both met just at Lisburn Omniplex, and that friendship has continued and strengthened from then. Even though you've given me dogs abuse for years, you aren't that bad. I'd also like to say, Owen, probably the best sister-in-law I could get. And Rachael considers you one of her best friends, is not the best sister she could ever have. Harriet, what can I say about you? Harriet, you are a character. You're one of the nicest, if not nicest, girls I've ever met in my life. And I'm also glad I can consider you a long-term friend also as well. And a shout out to her good fella down there, Connor, even though he's an Arsenal fan. He stepped up and did a smashing job, so me and Rachael appreciate that so much. Thank you. Molly, don't you look cute? I asked Molly earlier who was the nicest in the wedding today. She says myself, but Rachael was alright. She was number 2. I hope you've enjoyed your day and being the prettiest wee princess ever. I'd also like to thank the 2 singers today. These will probably be getting tortured by other people asking you to do weddings. I missed most of your music, but apparently it was brilliant, and I'd like to thank you for doing it. Hannah, you're some singer. That's all I can say. Your singing near had me crying. I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, but I couldn't even turn around and look at Rachael because I thought I was going to break. And that's not worth the dog's abuse for the next 10 years I would get from these 2. So, I'm not going to do too many toasts, but I'd love you to give a big round of applause to everybody involved in the wedding today for what they've done. Right, you seen the 2 boys up the messed up handing the rings over today? He's had one job. He's made a bollocks of it. I've known these 2 boys for a long, long time. Normally in weddings, you see it's just normally one best man that you have by your side, but I have 2. There's no way I could have separated them. I know I always used to wind you up that you would have to have a fight to see who was going to be the best man.
Still will.
Many believe Damien would beat you, Marty, in a fight. But even from a young age, I knew that was always going to be the way. In fact, my only regret from the day is I couldn't have had a lot more. And there's boys in this crowd now that I feel a wee bit bad that they're not up sitting by my side. I'd like to shout out to them, Jordy Robinson over there in the Police Academy table. Chris Scullion there, just at that table too. You have the Faye family, there's about 10 brothers in that family, but these 3, Owen, Molly and Big Dan. And also my 3 younger brothers, Connor, Martin and Kevin. As I say, you sit up here today and you're going, what is happening? But you do realise how blessed you are when you look about and think of all the people that's here for you and for Rachael. So I'd like to thank you all for being the best mates a man could have, always having my back and being there when you needed me. However, do not thank any of you for the stag do. I literally had a broken rib after the stag do because of it. I was happy to have a break from it and just glad I made it home. Jordan, you're a good lad, I like you, but that includes you too. You were probably one of the worst. And Jim, you're worrying. Jim, you're a good lad, but we'll not go into any further. So last but not least, I'm going to talk about this girl here. You look absolutely beautiful. Pre-taped this and said I'm not an emotional fella, but I've never been as nervous in my life when I was standing up there today. Connor told me, don't turn around, just look forward at the camera. I think if I turned around today, I would have been a crying ball of mess. You're stunning. You've always been stunning. You're more calm than me, you've done more for this wedding. I know I don't give you praise and you love praise. Sam, I know you're her boss. If you ever want her to do anything, just give her a bit of praise and she'll do it. But I'd like to say a bit of background to me and Rachael. Again, we met in Lisburn Omniplex. Rachael's first shift. Immediately got talking to her, stuck up. Just was a spark there, so it was. As time went by and me trying to text her and annoy her, I finally got that first kiss. For the boys that remember, Box nightclub. Out in the smoking area. Don't even smoke, but I just followed her out and I went for it. I've had some good times in the place, but that moment was the best time I've ever had.
Oh, nice.
Might have been my best moment, but as I say, Holly and Susie worked in the cinema with us, and Rachael used to go in and deny. She went near me. Rachael, for some reason, wanted to hide the fact she would end up kissing me on a regular basis. I can't imagine why he would hide that. Now, anybody here knows me and Rachael know that we love a good old bicker, and we love to wind each other up. You would never think we were actually going to get married or wind each other up that much. Our first actual date, I asked Rachael out for dinner, and during another bickering match, we did not speak until I picked up the next day. When I proposed, before I even got my hand out of the pocket, Rachael was saying, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." It's daunting enough you're about to propose for your woman to say that. So I'm trying to say she doesn't like things to make it easy for me. But for me, the easiest decision I've made in my life so far was marrying you. You make me smile. You have a weird sense of humour, but you pick me up when I'm down. You know me inside out. I am the luckiest man in the world to have you, and I've just married a beautiful, kind woman with a great sense of humour. But I've also married my best friend. So I hope this day is just another great day, or a great memory of many more to come as we grow old together. So that's me near enough finished, thank God. I'd like everybody, there's shots on your table there. Me and Rachael like a good old party. So for a toast, I'd like you to open your shots and raise them to this beautiful woman. You knock me down. 1, 3. That's us now. 1, 2, 3. Get it down, you. Yes. Right, man up there, come on. So, I'm now going to hand you over to Marty and Dee. And just a heads up about these two, they tend to exaggerate things. They always try to get a laugh, they make up stories. So just please humour them. Feel free to heckle them. Beat that, Dee.
Jeez, that was, for all who know Emmett, that was definitely not him who wrote that. Let's be honest. Rachael, fair job in writing that there. What I'd like everyone to do is give Emmett a round of applause for that there speech. In all honesty, for all who know him, he's no public speaker. The boy can't even phone a taxi. He will not sit in the front of a taxi. He will not pay for a taxi. All right?
No, you ring your dad. I remember.
My speech here today was made a little bit easy because I've got Marty here beside me. For all those who actually know Marty, know he's very eccentric and everything like that there. He's the one that's going to give you a laugh. I'm going to go a little bit more emotional today about it. My speech is short, it's sweet, it's straight to the point, much like Emmett's wedding night. I'm going to just elaborate on a few little things. There's a lot of people in here who have done a lot of travelling, obviously, to be here. Not that it's a competition, given the fact that I've came the whole way from Australia or anything like that there. Emmett's wee brother Martin has travelled a long way here, so I definitely wanted to give him a shout out for that there. He's loving life over in Canada, obviously making everyone else here feel 100% worse. But again, not that it's a competition, I'm living in Australia. All right. The emotional stuff that I wanted to do, a lot of people who are in here don't know a hell of a lot, as much as I would think I know about Emmett. One of the major things that struck me in writing this speech was a number of years ago, there was a little girl in England who was sick, And I think at actually at the time, I don't know if I have my facts 100% straight, but one of Emmett's family actually had a few issues as well. And Emmett got tested for bone marrow. One of the kids in England was actually a match with Emmett, and Emmett went through a horrible procedure that I don't know if anybody knows what bone marrow transplant is. Emmett did that for a 10-year-old girl in England, and I just think it was a testament to the actual person. I looked at it and I googled it online and I went, there's no way I could put my body through that door. But this man, when I asked him why are you doing it, he just says, why not? Helping somebody else. You know what I mean? So definitely that was, at that point I knew, you know yourself, that's your best mate straight away there. I've been through thick and thin with them. The Australia thing, my partner Adele, who's obviously made the trip with me here tonight, there's a witch in her. We had actually, me and Emmett were always two people that used to concoct plans, sit at tables, 20 beers in deep, and we're going to take over the world. It was like pink in the brain. And we got this great idea, do you know what, let's go to Australia. The worst part was, we told Adele. Adele brought us to Stad Travel in the middle of town, 20 minutes. I know. Worst part is, 20 minutes later, we were all talking, she had it booked. 3 months out, idiot here gets a smart idea to get a long-term relationship. The worst part is, Adele, she knew, she was going to say to me, do you know what, he's not going. And a week out, he rings me up and goes, Dave, I don't know how to say this here. I says, Mitch, I'm going to stop you in your tracks. I already know what's coming. You're not going. It is what it is. All I said to him was, see if you're still happy in a year's time, you've made the right decision. So sitting here 7 years later, I can safely say 100% you made the right decision, mate. All right. You now have a beautiful wife that obviously I know you're going to be parading around this room. You're the first one out of all the boys to properly settle down and get a life. You know, Jordy over there's got a couple of kids, and the Fays keep knocking out kids like that. You all need neutered, I swear to God. There's a few other things that I do need to say. Obviously, I'd like obviously to appreciate Rachael's family, you know, for presenting such a beautiful person. Not only looks today, everything like that there. She's done well to treat my best mate with the utmost respect, and she's exactly what I want from my best mate at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Jesus, Marty, what are you doing? I don't know if you can see this, but he's got like 100 sheets here in front of me, and I don't know if this is a big enough table for his speech. The next two people that I really, really want to thank is obviously Paula and Emmett. There's not much to say about them. No, there's people in this room here. No, but in all honesty, there's people in this room here who have walked into their house every single day for 20 years, and they've been accepted like one of their own. But at the same time, when you see the 4 head cases that they've got, you know, they kind of want to replace the ones that they have with better ones. So you can't blame them. Paula, you've been like a mother to me through everything. You've talked me through God knows what. And again, most people don't know, when me and Adele moved out to Australia, they were the first 2 ones to actually help us, not only to move with everything, jobs, the whole heap, and just to give us the encouragement to actually do it and stay out there when obviously times were hard. But every time we come back home, it's still, you walk into the house and it's the biggest hug from your mother at the end of the day. So I'd like everyone just to raise a glass to them at the same time. This is a lot harder than anybody actually thinks. I'm getting a wee bit teared up myself. The very, very last thing that I want everybody to do, I'd like one responsible gentleman to stand up from each table. Somebody please volunteer from each table. One responsible gentleman. I don't want to have to be the one to go around every single table. So, Jem, you do. Please. One responsible gentleman. It's not horrible, trust me. The only reason I wish to do this here, this is basically my final toast. You'll see that there's a centerpiece sitting in front of you. I want everybody to lift the centerpiece and there'll be a picture underneath it. All I want you to do, you'll see in this photo that Emmett is raising the beer. I'd like everyone to stand up and raise the new happy couple and just say congratulations, and I'm delighted now Rachel's been welcomed into the Beaton family.
So that was a good speech. Very good. I wasn't expecting it to be that good, Dave, I'm honest. You've put a lot of pressure on me now. Be nice, I am a wee bit nervous, and I only finished this speech about 10 minutes ago. So we don't know how it's going to go. But anyway, yes, as I said, Dave, that was a lovely speech. Very nice. But now we're on to the good stuff. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Martin. Hi, Marty. I have known Emmett since I was in nappies, basically, nursery school. Leave me alone, stop heckling, will you? I'm struggling here. Yeah, since nursery school, through primary school, through secondary school, through university, we have so many memories together, and with that comes a lot of stories. But I will keep it clean for a good price. So but well, with Emmett, he's not likely to pay. So you're about to hear some. No, honestly, seriously, what Dee said was lovely, and I just want to reiterate what a lot of us have said. Rachael, you look amazing. You really do. I mean, you can see from the big smile on your face all day that, you know, you're having a ball and you've picked the right man. So, listen, brilliant. I'm lost.
You were meant to stop.
Thank you. But no, and in all seriousness, I expected this to be a really busy day for me as one of the best men. And to be honest, I haven't had a thing to do. That's how good the organisation of this whole wedding has been. And to be honest, I didn't need much to do because I was sat out on the bench writing this speech for 2 hours. So thank the Lord. Where am I? I'm gonna take my time here actually. No, I didn't number them, Paula. Relax. Well, yes, right, next one I've got it, found it. So, when Emmett actually asked me to be his best man, it was at my 30th birthday. He sent a nice video, and to be honest, I expected it. If I'm telling the truth, I mean, 30 odd years of putting up with him, looking after him, getting him out of scrapes, and there were a lot of scrapes. Sky nightclub on a Thursday night was a battleground. So I earned it. I really think I earned it. And then I found out that I was joint best man. And I did not like that. I was raging. I've been there from the start. Dee left. Dee went halfway across the world just to get away from you. And to be honest, he looks great, and I'm starting to think maybe I need to do it too, because I'm stressing here and he played a blinder. But in all seriousness, I do have to say, listen, initially I was a wee bit miffed. But now that I'm here and you let it all sink in, I am absolutely honoured to share it with Dee. He's a great guy, he's a great man, he's travelled halfway across the world to be here with Adele, and you wouldn't do that if you weren't a proper, real friend. So, to Dee for that. Although we are best friends, if I'm honest, I would always class you as a brother. I've always felt like part of the family. Ever since nursery school, I've always been so welcome coming into your home. And that's not just from you, that's from the boys down there, that's from Big Emmett here, and the yeah, well, and
Leaving notes.
Big Emmett and the main woman herself, Big Paula. Lads, I can't even tell you.
You said I'm fat.
Big Paula, no. You're looking well. Listen, Paula Beaton is one of a kind, this woman. I am not joking you. I know people have said it, but she is some woman. I mean, she puts up with these buck Egypts regularly, looks after them. She's brilliant. For years, I would come to the house most days. She'd look after me, she'd cook me my dinner, which is why I'm so skinny. You can be good at some things, Paula, you know, but cooking's just not one of them, unfortunately. It's the best diet going, I'm telling you. They introduced me to Bruce Springsteen, the boss.
Best thing ever.
And she is like a mother to me. I lost my mother a few years ago, but as hard as that is, it's made easier knowing there's a woman just down the street like Paula. And one of the things we do every Christmas, I call down every Christmas morning.
He doesn't get in unless he's a Ballybacardi.
Every Christmas morning, dander into the house. There's all the boys sitting there in their pajamas playing the Xbox, eating sweets. Big Emmett has the top off. Lad sweating bullets, so he is. Just playing on the laptop. You sexy man, you wouldn't believe it. The aura. And Paula's cooking away every year. She'd ask me, do you want to stay? Every year I say no. And you know.
He doesn't like anything.
No, you're all right, Paula. Don't worry. But I've dinner cooking up in the house. Fucking starving, so I am.
The only bad thing about that is we can't say no.
And then I give her a present, a wee bottle of Bacardi every year, and that keeps her going. So it's a bit early this year, but breaking tradition, Paula, why not? There you go, my dear. Happy Christmas. I love you too. Right, I need to find myself here.
I'm whole
Jesus.
right now. I'm partying.
Where am I? I'm good. I found it. Right. Now I know it's not really good form to bring up ex-girlfriends on a wedding day, right? No, relax. It's not going to be bad, but I am going to say this, right? If there's one thing Emmett likes to think of himself, he does like to think of himself as a bit of a ladies' man. Believe it or not, he has the beaten charm, as you would call it. Yeah. It's the beaten charm's cruising through his veins, so it is. And you know, for years, I always thought to myself, absolute nonsense, this boy is delusional. You'd see him out in the nightclubs thinking he was, I don't know, who's cool now? Grease Lightning, John Travolta, that's the one. I never understood it, but you know what? Here today, he must have been doing something right, because he has Rachael now. And as I said, she looks amazing. So maybe I was wrong on that one. Maybe you do have the charm because you pulled yourself a cracker tonight.
Yeah, boy.
And look, Rachel, if there's one thing that you do not need to worry about, it's Emmett being thoughtful. Because Emmett is one of the most thoughtful men around. Listen, I'm going to tell you a story. Not many people know this about how thoughtful Emmett is. And I'm getting a wee bit emotional, I'm sorry. God. It was upper sixth. It was meant to be a happy time, but it was a tough time for me because I just broke up with my then girlfriend. She was my first girlfriend, and do you know, I really liked her. I did, and it was tough, and I took it hard. I didn't eat for about 8 hours after it. It really was rough going. But Emmett, you know, Emmett was there. He really was. He relaxed. I haven't got the good bit. He was there. He messaged me. He said, "Come on down to the house." You know, I thought to myself, brilliant. We'll maybe get a few beers, a chat. You know, the sort of thing that a best friend's meant to do for you. So I was organised to call down the next day. I strolled down to the house, ready to get the head cleared. Dandered into the kitchen. There he is. There's my best friend Emmett, having a lovely wee chippy, battered sausages, chips, chicken gravy, with my ex-girlfriend. 3 days. 3 days. Now, I'm not even joking. That's the truth. I don't know. You even believe that? The story is that apparently he was helping her book a holiday in Thomas Cook or whatever it was. That's not a joke, by the way. I think it was Thomas Cook.
Was that Emma?
80.
Don't say her name; it hurts too much. No. And yeah, so there he was having a bite to eat with my ex-girlfriend. So that was lovely. But I have on good authority, and I do believe that nothing did happen. Because there's no way she would pick him ahead of me. So, look, I'll let you away with it. I'm lost again. Sorry, bear with me. Once I get to the end of one, I need to find the start of the next one. You know.
What one are you on?
Hold on, Paul. That's all right. I'm good. Relax.
That one?
I'm good. I'm here. I'm almost done. Emmett, control her. But seriously, in all honesty, I do say that it did happen, but it is a joke, and you really do have a really good man by your side. He is my best friend. He's now your best friend, so we can share him. And you can rest assured, you have got a wonderful man by your side. I mean, if him shaking like a leaf, sweating while you were walking up the aisle wasn't enough to tell you that, then I don't know what is.
His mother and everything.
So it would be. I have to do a couple of things. It would be rude of me not to mention as well the beautiful bridal party. Alwyn, Susie, Harriet, Holly. You look at me as balls, like you really do. Big bunch of Bebo stunners, you know. And of course the star of the show, Molly. You, Molly, played a blinder, so well done to you, and you better save me a dance later on.
Superstar.
Fiona and Noel, you've done an amazing job raising Rachael. She's a wonderful girl. She makes Emmett happy, and anyone that makes Emmett happy is good by my book, so well done on that. And you know, she's smart, she's strong, she's intelligent, she can hold her own in a fight, and she's going to need it with him. So she'll have her work cut out, but I think she'll do okay. Now, I'm almost done, so just, yeah. Ah, yes, shout out to all the boys in the stag. Yoo-hoo! No, honestly, Krakow is a beautiful city. It really is. There is some beautiful scenery. The museums, fantastic. Lovely art. You know, the culture, everything about it. There's so many sights to see, and by God, we've seen some sights. You know. Oh, we're on. It's hot in here. Boys sweating in here. Why is everyone sweating? I don't get it. Look, to be honest, I think I've said everything I need to say. I don't really want to go on too much longer. I've went on long enough. I actually haven't written the end of the speech. I didn't get that bit finished, so I'm winging this, which will probably be better than the rest of the rubbish I wrote. So, look, it's been a wonderful day. I'm sure you all agree, and it's going to be an even better night. Emmett, Rachael, I'd just like to wish you all the happiness in the world. You know, you're my best. I've said it before. You're my best friend. You're my brother, and I couldn't be any happier that you found the woman of your dreams. So, if you would all raise a glass and be upstanding, and I'd just like to raise a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Beaton. And I'm done. Over.